Well, hello, my lovelies. This is Trey from Iron Sharpens Iron Council. Today, we're going to be talking about why it is significant to pay attention to your privacy. Why is it that everything you do is monitored by the several departments of state? Why do they collect all your data and all your information in regards to your social behavior? So this is really important to understand that this is something they've been doing a long time. And back in the 50s, as you can see, mom was, just extraordinarily happy about being a homemaker and serving her family, and the children were so happy and so well-mannered, and dad was just always so excited to be home, and all these fantasies were actually really just fantasies, even to the people of that time. I'm going to share a video with you that is actually from a PBS special in regards to baby boomers. And the video is showing you clips from the kind of programming placed in public schools at that time. These clips are basically what they would play for high school students and middle school students in order to give them encouragement to represent themselves similar in nature to this picture you see here, and to inspire them to be family members, churchgoers, to be able to go to, join all of the different extracurricular activities with their peers, and to remain socially acceptable amongst those peers. So I'll go ahead and play the video so you can see what they were watching in the schools at this time.
The attitudes and values of white middle-class society in the 1950s, when real-life documentaries were few and far between.
Doesn't that sound exciting to you?
Their purpose was to teach kids the proper way to behave and to repeat and reinforce a set of rules.
The rules. The women of this family seem to feel that they owe it to the men of the family to look relaxed, rested, and attractive at dinner time. Brother notices the time, realizes that he must put things in order, and clean himself up in time for dinner.
What were the rules? One of them was obey authority. Don't ask questions. In the 60s, millions of young people would renounce that one.
So just a quick little view of the clips from this video called Baby Boomer speaking to us from 1989. You can go ahead and look it up on YouTube to get a clip of it. The guy, I guess, has a PBS special where he had done research, and he'd found all these old clips that were played in school, and they kind of go through the memories of how people at that time were really thinking about things. And he explains that they thought it was funny that these videos that they were playing in school, they were like, this is ridiculous, it makes no sense. So the real reason why I wanted to show it to you, though, is because back then they were trying to use the television programming to get people to behave in a civilized manner, the way that they wanted them to behave. But that didn't work, because through the 60s and 70s, the kids started to feel oppressed, and they began to rebel, because you're trying to keep them confined in a way where they don't have their own creative abilities and their own way of being, free, or expressing their free thought and their free will. So although there should be obviously rules with children when it comes to a family, this is just too much or too difficult a model to follow. But the government sure would love it if you did, which is really why they would place these videos into schools in hopes that by delivering these types of images, that the children would believe that somehow, if they just behaved better, if they just behaved perfect, that they would have this happy lifestyle where everybody goes home and is so excited to see each other. And it just didn't really pan out. And when they realized it wasn't going to pan out, what they did is they stopped trying to push the message in this way to keep you perfect. And they realized it was lucrative, because if they shifted some of these messages for more advertisement purposes, then that way they would actually be able to make some money off of it. But more sinister than that is they decided, instead of making you perfect, let's watch every move you make so that when we can see your imperfections, we can exploit them in order to force you to do what we want you to do or to behave the way we want you to behave. And that's what your NSA, Department of Health and Human Services, really is trying to accomplish. So you think that you're just living your life, it's normal, everyone sees you as being this picturesque family, but perhaps you drop the kids off at night with a babysitter and you go to the bar and you hang out with friends, or maybe you go you date some people and something goes wrong where, I don't know, you get a DUI, or perhaps you find yourself being in a bad position where the police have to get involved either way. Now this is all reported and it is stored into your data profile. So then someday when you end up in family court, they will know that you were not this picturesque family. And now, instead of trying to program you by the images that look so very pleasant, secretly they would rather punish you from behind the scenes in a courtroom where it is private and no one can see the punishment being imposed. This is a very lucrative business, my friends, marriage and divorce, but it goes along many other realms as well, not just when it comes to the family. It's just that I find the intrusion of the family privacy to be the most egregious of all of them. So if you have any thoughts that you're just living this free life, until you reach that courtroom, all of a sudden your entire life is totally destroyed. It's all pulled out from underneath you and you don't know what hit you. It just happens so quickly and you're lost and dazed and confused. Well, mostly it's because you don't know that behind the scenes they are keeping a social profile of your social behavior, and if it doesn't fit this picture, you're going to lose. But they can't tell you that they have that information, which is why we drag on these court cases for 12, 18 months or whatever they may be, because you'll never know the real reason as to why you're having such a hard time in that venue is due to the programming that they intend on imposing upon you, or the punishment for not being this picturesque family that they so desire you to be in order to keep the order of things. So I just wanted to share this little clip with you because I thought it was really interesting and kind of funny, and how it falls into play with everything I've been teaching about how they collect these data, this data information in your persons. And I thought it would be fun for you guys to see how they used to do it versus how they do it now. But again, go ahead and watch this this program on YouTube or on PBS and kind of get to see how that they used to do this to people. It's very intriguing. I'll play a little bit more for you guys, but until I talk to y'all next time, have a great day.
As though they had really missed being away from him during the day and are anxious to talk to him. This is the time for pleasant discussion in a thoroughly relaxed mood. They don't pick this time of the day to spring unpleasant surprises on Dad.
We are molding our boys the way we feel they should be molded in the 50s.
Let father and mother guide the conversational trend that they desire. After all, they made all this possible.
My impression of that time was that a child was to be seen and not heard,